Hey guys, welcome back from Pixel Insane, and today I'm just going to show you my 5 favorite shortcuts in Blender. So without further ado, let's get into it. And here we are in Blender 3.3. I'm going to select my object and activate the gimbal for translation, rotation and scale all together. So the first thing we're going to do is the comma key. If you press the comma key, this pie menu will show up, so you can decide whether to translate, rotate or scale your object into global mode. We can translate it, rotate it and scale it. And as you can see, the gimbal retains the direction of the global space in 3D. Regardless the direction you're rotating or scaling or translating your object, the gimbal will remain exactly as it is, which can be okay for object that you don't intend to rotate. For example, my plane right here. If I want to move it right there, it will be fine. But this one, if I want to move it to this axis, how do I do that? Well, very simple. I'm going to press again the comma on the keyboard and I'm going to choose local. Now I can translate the object along the axis, basically along the normal as well. In fact, we have normal as well, and it doesn't change much because it's exactly the same. If I rotate it like that, you can see the rotation is exactly pointing in the direction of the normal. Another useful one could be the number 7, which is the view. So wherever I am rotating my object or my camera, my 3D space, the gimbal will stay locked into that. So that will be useful, for example, if I'm in front view and I'm doing my own thing and blah blah blah. So which will do exactly what you expect, staying locked on the view. Alright, for the shortcut number 2, we have the dot or period keyboard. And this pie menu will show up. This is probably the one that I use the most because it helps moving things around a specific point, and I'm going to show you. For example, let's duplicate this with Shift D, move it right here, then I select both of them and pressing R, I'm going to rotate. As you can see, they rotate from the center because if you press the dot again, they are set to median point, which is between these two. So median point. If I press again dot and then I'm going to choose individual, they will rotate from the individual origin, which is set right here when you see this dot. And let's do that again. Now, another useful one is active elements. So if I select this one and then this one, they will rotate from the last selected. I select this one and then this one, and the last one will be my origin point. The 3D cursor option says what it does. So if I click anywhere else, I click and select all of them, I move them around, and then I want to rotate them, they will rotate from the 3D cursor. Let's move on to shortcut number 3, the slash button. To show you how to best use this function, I have to open a scene. This is a project that I just uploaded on YouTube and you can see it in the cards or in the link down below. It's pretty cool. I did a remake of a scene from Spider-Man No Way Home where the 3 Spider-Man lands on the head of the Statue of Liberty. I really needed to focus on some elements when I was working on this project. For example, I wanted to work on the eyes only, so I select them and then I press the slash key. And boom, magically, I only have that. And you'll be like, well, you can use H and then Shift H to hide and hide. No, but this one isolates completely the object and you can work freely. And by pressing the slash button again, you will go back to the exact same point where you left. And it's really useful, for example, if you want to do some sculpting. So I'm just going to press my model and press the slash button. Then I'm going to sculpt mode, do my sculpting, object mode again, and then pressing slash and I'm going back to where I was. It's pretty cool. For example, if I'm zooming away and I have trouble zooming in or moving around, I'm just selecting what I want, maybe a couple of items, and then pressing the slash key. And useful tip, shortcut number 4 is the Z or Z button, depends where you live. But anyway, you just press the Z button. You could go into solid view, wireframe view, material preview, and also you can toggle the overlays just by clicking that, which is really cool. And then you can go into render mode as well. And what I do usually, I'm just like toggling and that's it. Toggle back, material preview, and voila. And that's pretty much it for the Z button. Still with the Z button, by pressing Shift Z, you can toggle from wireframe to solid view or whatever your mode is in. For example, if I'm solid view and then there we go. It's really useful. It's not really a super tip, but instead of pressing Z and going into the view that you want, you can just press Shift Z. Shortcut number 5, last but not least, is Shift space bar. Since I found this shortcut, I use it all the time because it really helps to toggle between select box, cursor, move, rotate, scale, transform all together, annotation, measure, and add a cube or whatever you want. It's really, really useful. Shift space bar, select box, or shift space bar, move, and then I got the move tool. Shift space bar, rotate, shift space bar, shift space bar, and then scale, shift space bar, and all together. And it's really, really, really useful. If you like this video so far, please do consider to subscribe, comment down below, and give us a like. We have one more, it's just a bonus, but it's not really a super tips, but at least it's pretty useful. It's Control Spacebar. So by pressing Control Spacebar, it will get rid of all the panels and it will leave you only with the 3D space and your object in the scene. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to check the cards and the links below for animations and other tutorial. And also stay tuned for tomorrow because I'm going to release another free material. As usual, I'll catch you in the next one.